recent work, if you read the hybrid very attentively, you'll have to go to the footnotes. You will see there's got a lot of evidence produced for black Jewish communities in different parts of West Africa, which are not sort of based upon a particular reading of tribal history, let's put it like that, but are based on a fairly hard historical fact. And this hard historical fact is the expulsion of the Jews from Spain and from Portugal at the end of the 15th century, subsequent to which a lot of Jews settled, first of all, in northwest Africa, places like Senegal, in the islands, which I'm sure you know about, Saint Tomé and Principe.
Yes, sir.
Principally. And then, less known, along the coast of Guinea, so that in the middle of the 16th century, 1560 to be precise, the Portuguese Archbishop of Goa in India proclaimed that Judaism is a kind of horrible illness which has killed millions of people throughout history, and the result of being Jewish was to be covered in shame, to fail in everything, even among the black Jews of Guinea. So, in other words, the existence of Jews in the western part of Africa was absolutely accepted at the time by the likes of the Portuguese Archbishop of Goa. And then travelers, Mango Park is a good example, kept coming across Jews or evidence of Jewish settlements in West Africa. And we know from various sources that there were, black Jewish communities practicing mainstream Judaism from the end of the 15th century onwards through the next century and so on. And as far as the black Jews that I talk about in this book, because they are the starting point for a wider digression or a wider consideration of more racial themes, or rather themes to do with the evolution of the race myth, has got to do with Loango. And there we've got very, very hard, relatively recent evidence, because there was a scientific mission to West Africa taken by the Germans in 1870, 1871, and they left behind huge tomes in German which describe, among other things, this black Jewish community, which was still at that time practicing a form of Judaism. So Loango, where these people came from, was one of the main slave exporting kingdoms in West Africa. And therefore, it is entirely likely that some slaves anyway, I'm not saying it's all slaves, and I certainly don't subscribe to the idea that all African Americans are naturally Israelites and they have replaced the Jews in the Great Dispensation. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying that some Jews, both in Central America and in the United States, had every reason to be influenced by the Judaism that we know to have existed in the 18th century when they crossed to the Americas, either from Loango or from points north, certainly Senegal, and further south, possibly Nigeria. We don't know very much about the practice of Judaism in Nigeria at that time, but let's assume that